Good evening, and welcome to Footnotes and Folly. I am Professor Reginald St. John Pemberton, and tonight we open the darkest and most troubling of Shakespeare's comedies Measure for Measure. We give you the whole of it, complete and unabridged, in clear modern English. The plain rendering and the asides are my own. This is part 1. The scene is Vienna, a city sliding into license under a duke too kind to punish. Weary of his own leniency, the duke hands his full authority to a man of ice, the deputy Angelo, and pretends to leave the city, but he stays, hidden in a friar's habit, to see what the man will do with power. Angelo wastes no time. He wakes a 14-year dead law against unwed lovers and sentences young Claudio to lose his head for getting his betrothed with child. Claudio's sister Isabella, a novice on the threshold of the convent, comes to plead for his life, and the cold deputy, to his own horror, finds himself wanting her, and names a price no honest woman could pay. Let us begin.
Duke Escalus, lords and attendants enter an apartment in the Duke's palace. Escalus. My lord. To explain the qualities needed for governing would make me seem too fond of hearing myself speak, since I know your own understanding of that subject goes beyond any advice my strength could give you. So nothing more remains except to join your ability with the authority your worth deserves, and let them work together. You understand the nature of our people, the institutions of our city, and the rules of common justice as fully as anyone whom learning and practice have enriched within our memory. Here is our commission, and we do not want you to turn aside from it. Call him here. I say, tell Angelo to come before us. An attendant exits. What image of us do you think he will carry? You must know that, with special care, we have chosen him to take our place while we are absent. We have lent him our authority, clothed him with our favor, and given his deputyship every instrument of our own power. What do you think of it? If anyone in Vienna is worthy to receive such wide-reaching grace and honor, it is Lord Angelo. Angelo enters. Look, here he comes. Always obedient to your grace's will, I come to learn your pleasure. Angelo, there is a kind of writing in your life that fully reveals your history to anyone who observes you. You and what belongs to you are not so completely your own that you may spend yourself on your virtues, or your virtues only on yourself. Heaven deals with us as we deal with torches. It does not light them for their own sake. If our virtues did not go out from us into action, it would be the same as if we had none. Fine spirits are shaped for fine purposes. Nature never lends even the smallest measure of her excellence without, like a careful goddess, expecting the glory of a creditor, both thanks and use in return. But I am directing my speech to one who can instruct me by being my representative. Take this then, Angelo. While we are away, be fully ourself. Life and death, mercy and judgment in Vienna, live in your tongue and heart. Old Escalus, though first named in this matter, is second to you. Take your commission. Now, good my lord, let there be some further test of my quality before so noble and so great an image is stamped upon it. No more avoidance. We have come to you after a settled and well-considered choice, therefore take your honors. Our departure from here is so urgent that it presses ahead of itself, and leaves necessary matters unquestioned. We shall write to you as time and our business require, telling how things go with us, and we shall expect to know what happens to you here. So farewell. I leave you to the hopeful execution of your commissions. Yet allow us, my lord, to accompany you part of the way. My haste cannot allow it. Nor, on my honor, need you have any hesitation. Your authority is as broad as my own, either to enforce the laws or soften them as seems good to your conscience. Give me your hand. I will go away privately. I love the people, but I do not like to display myself before their eyes. Though their loud applause and eager blessings may mean well, I do not enjoy them, nor do I think a man shows sound judgment if he is fond of such things. Once more, farewell. May heaven give safety to your purposes. May it lead you out and bring you back in happiness. I thank you. Farewell. The Duke exits. Sir, I shall ask you to allow me to speak freely with you. It concerns me to look deeply into the foundation of my office. I have power, but I am not yet instructed in its strength or nature. It is the same with me. Let us withdraw together, and we may soon satisfy ourselves on that point. I will attend upon your honor. They all exit. Lucio and 2 gentlemen enter in a street. If the Duke and the other dukes do not come to terms with the King of Hungary, then all the dukes will turn against the King. Heaven grant us peace, but not the King of Hungary's peace. Amen. You end that like the holy-looking pirate who went to sea carrying the 10 Commandments, but scratched one of them off the tablet. You shall not steal? Yes, that was the one he erased. Why, that commandment would have stopped the captain and all the rest from doing their work. They put to sea to steal. There is not a soldier among us who truly enjoys the prayer before dinner when it asks for peace. I never heard any soldier object to it. I believe you, because I think you have never been anywhere grace was said. No? At least a dozen times. What, in verse? In any measure, or in any language. I think also in any religion. Yes, why not? Grace is grace, whatever the argument about it, just as you yourself are a wicked villain, whatever grace may say. Well, there was only a pair of shears between us. I grant that, just as there may be shears between coarse edging and velvet. You are the coarse edging. And you are the velvet. You are good velvet, a thick three-piled piece, I promise you. I would rather be a strip of English kersey than be worn bare, as you are worn bare, for French velvet. Am I speaking with feeling now? I think you are, and with the most painful feeling behind your words. From your own confession, I will learn to drink to your health, but while I live I will forget to drink after you. I think I have done myself wrong, have I not? Yes, you have, whether you are infected or clean. Mistress Overdone, a Bawd enters. Look, look, here comes Madame Relief. I have bought as many diseases under her roof as come to. To what, I pray? Judge for yourself. To 3,000 aches a year. Yes, and more. 1 French crown more. You are always finding diseases in me, but you are full of mistakes. I am sound. No, not sound as in healthy, but sound the way hollow things are sound. Your bones are hollow. Sin has feasted on you. How now, which of your hips has the deepest sciatica? Well, well. There is a man over there arrested and carried to prison who was worth 5,000 of all of you. Who is that, I pray you? Why, sir, it is Claudio, Signor Claudio. Claudio sent to prison? That is not so. No, but I know it is so. I saw him arrested, saw him carried away, and what is more, within these 3 days his head is to be chopped off. But after all this joking, I would not want that to be true. Are you sure of this? I am too sure of it. And it is for getting Madame Juliet pregnant. Believe me, this may be true. He promised to meet me 2 hours ago, and he was always exact about keeping promises. Besides, you know, it comes close to the matter we were speaking about. And most of all, it agrees with the proclamation. Come away. Let us go learn the truth of it. Lucio and the gentleman leave. So between the war, the sweating sickness, the gallows, and poverty, my business has shrunk away. Pompey enters. How now? What news do you have? That man over there is being carried to prison. Well, what has he done? A woman. But what is his offense? Fishing for trout in a private river. What? Is there a maid pregnant by him? No, but there is a woman made a maid by him. Have you not heard the proclamation? What proclamation, man? All the houses in the suburbs of Vienna must be pulled down. And what will become of the ones in the city? They will be left standing for seed. They would have gone down too, except that a wise city official pleaded for them. But will all our houses of resort in the suburbs be pulled down? To the ground, mistress. Why, this is a real change in the commonwealth. What will become of me? Come, do not be afraid. Good counselors never lack clients. Though you change your place, you need not change your trade. I will still be your tapster. Take courage, people will have pity on you. You who have almost worn out your eyes in the service will be taken into consideration. The provost enters with Claudio, Juliet, and officers. What is happening here, Thomas Tapster? Let us step aside. Here comes Signor Claudio, led by the provost to prison. And there is Madame Juliet. Bawd and Pompey leave. Friend, why do you display me like this to the world? Take me to the prison where I have been committed. I do not do this out of malice, but by Lord Angelo's special order. So the half-god authority can make us pay for our offense by exact weight. It speaks like heaven. On whom it chooses, on whom it does not, and still it is called just. Lucio and 2 gentlemen enter. Why, how now, Claudio? Where does this imprisonment come from? From too much liberty, my Lucio, too much liberty. Just as overeating brings on fasting, so every freedom, when used too much, turns into restraint. Our natures chase a thirsty evil, like rats greedily eating their own poison, and when we drink, we die. If I could speak so wisely while under arrest, I would send for some of my creditors. And yet, to tell the truth, I would rather have the foolishness of freedom than the moralizing of imprisonment. What is your offense, Claudio? One that, if I only name it, would offend again. What is it, murder? No. Lechery. Call it that. Away, sir, you must go. One word, good friend. Lucio, a word with you. 100 if they will do you any good. Is lechery being watched so closely now? This is how it stands with me. By a true contract, I took possession of Julieta's bed. You know the lady. She is firmly my wife, except that we lack the public announcement and outward ceremony. We delayed that only to secure a dowry kept in the coffers of her friends, from whom we thought it best to hide our love until time had worked in our favor. But it happens that the secrecy of our completely mutual enjoyment has written itself too plainly on Juliet. Pregnant, perhaps? Unluckily, exactly so. And the new deputy acting for the Duke, whether because of the fault and show of being new in office, or because the public body is a horse the governor rides, and when he is newly in the saddle, to make it know he can command, he immediately makes it feel the spur. Whether the tyranny lies in the office itself, or in the proud man who fills it, I am uncertain. But this new governor wakes up all the written penalties, which have hung on the wall like unscoured armor so long that 19 years have passed and none of them have been used, and now, for the sake of making a name, he lays the sleepy, neglected law freshly on me. Surely it is for a name. I am sure it is. And your head sits so unsteadily on your shoulders that a milkmaid, if she were in love, could sigh it off. Send after the Duke and appeal to him. I have done so, but he cannot be found. I beg you, Lucio, do me this kind service. Today my sister is supposed to enter the convent, and there receive her admission. Tell her the danger I am in. Beg her in my name to make friends with the strict deputy. Tell her to try him herself. I have great hope in that. In her youth there is a ready, wordless language that moves men. Besides, when she chooses to use reason and argument, she has a fortunate skill, and she can persuade well. I pray she may, both to encourage others like you, who would otherwise suffer under a harsh penalty, and to preserve your life, which I would be sorry to see foolishly lost over a game of tic-tac. I will go to her. I thank you, good friend Lucio. Within 2 hours. Come, officer, away. They all leave. In a monastery, the Duke enters with Friar Thomas. No, Holy Father, put that thought away. Do not believe that love's weak little arrow can pierce a heart that is whole and self-controlled. The reason I ask you to hide me secretly has a purpose far more serious and mature than the desires and aims of passionate youth. May your grace speak of it? My holy sir, no one knows better than you how I have always loved a private life, and how little I have valued going to public gatherings where youth and expense keep up a foolish show of splendor. I have given Lord Angelo, a man of strict conduct and firm self-denial, my full power and office here in Vienna. He believes I have traveled to Poland, because I have spread that story among the people, and they have accepted it. Now, pious sir, you will ask me why I am doing this. Gladly, my lord. We have strict statutes and very sharp laws, necessary bits and bridles to control headstrong people, but for 14 years we have let them go unused, like an overgrown lion in a cave that never goes out to hunt. Now foolish fathers sometimes tie up threatening birch rods only to keep them in their children's sight as a terror, not to use them. In time the rod is mocked more than feared. So our decrees, dead because they are never enforced, become dead in themselves. Freedom tweaks justice by the nose, the child beats the nurse, and all proper order goes completely backward. It was within your grace's power to release this tied-up justice whenever you pleased, and punishment would have seemed more fearful coming from you than from Lord Angelo. I fear it would have seemed too fearful. Since it was my fault to give the people such freedom, it would be tyranny in me to strike and wound them now for doing what I allowed them to do. We command wrong to happen when we let evil deeds pass with permission, and not with punishment. Therefore, Father, I have placed this office on Angelo. Under cover of my name he may strike hard, while my own nature stays out of the battle and avoids slander. And to observe his rule, I will visit both ruler and people as if I were a brother of your order. So I beg you, provide me with the clothing, and teach me how to carry myself properly in person like a true friar. I will give you more reasons for this action, when we have more leisure. For now, only this. Lord Angelo is exact and severe. He stands on guard against temptation. He scarcely admits that blood runs in him, or that his appetite desires bread any more than stone. From this we shall see whether power changes purpose, and what our seeming virtuous men truly are. They leave. In a nunnery, Isabella and Francisca, a nun, enter. And do you nuns have no further privileges? Are these not broad enough? Yes, truly. I do not speak because I want more freedom, but rather because I wish there were a stricter restraint on the sisterhood. The women vowed to St. Clare. From within, ho! Peace be in this place. Who is calling? It is a man's voice. Gentle Isabella, turn the key and learn his business from him. You may do it, I may not. You are not yet sworn. Once you have taken your vows, you must not speak with men except in the presence of the prioress. Then if you speak, you must not show your face, or if you show your face, you must not speak. He calls again. Please answer him. Francisca exits. Peace and prosperity. Who is it that calls? Lucio enters. Greetings, virgin, if you are one as the roses in your cheeks proclaim you must be. Can you help me by bringing me to see Isabella, a novice of this place, and the fair sister of her unfortunate brother Claudio? Why do you say her unfortunate brother? Let me ask that, especially because I must now make you know that I am that Isabella, and his sister. Gentle and fair lady, your brother sends you loving greetings. Not to tire you with delay, he is in prison. Woe is me! For what? For something that, if I could be his judge, he should receive his punishment with thanks. He has gotten his friend with child. Sir, do not make up the story to trick me. It is true. Though it is a familiar sin of mine with maids to act like the lapwing, joking with my tongue far from my heart, I would not play that way with all virgins. I regard you as someone lifted into heaven and made holy by your renunciation, an immortal spirit, and one who must be spoken to sincerely as to a saint. You blaspheme what is good by mocking me. Do not believe that. Briefly and truly, this is the matter. Your brother and his lover have embraced. As those who eat become full, and as springtime makes the bare fallow ground grow from seed into abundant harvest, so her fruitful womb shows the full result of his planting and husbandry. Someone is pregnant by him? My cousin Juliet? Is she your cousin? By adoption, as schoolgirls exchange names through foolish but fitting affection. She is the one. Oh, let him marry her. That is the point. The Duke has gone from here very strangely. He led many gentlemen, myself among them, to expect employment and action, but we learn from those who understand the very sinews of the state that his public explanations were infinitely far from his true design. In his place, and with the full reach of his authority, Lord Angelo governs, a man whose blood is like broth made of snow, one who never feels the wanton stings and movements of the senses, but dulls and blunts his natural edge with the profits of the mind, with study and fasting. To make fear fall on habit and freedom, which have long run past the dreadful law as mice run past lions, he has selected one statute. Under its heavy meaning, your brother's life is forfeited. He has arrested him under it, and follows the full severity of the law to make him an example. All hope is gone, unless you have the grace, by your fair pleading, to soften Angelo. That is the heart of my business between you and your poor brother. Does he seek his life so strictly? He has already sentenced him, and as I hear, the provost has a warrant for his execution. Alas, what poor ability do I have to do him any good? Try the power you have. My power? Alas, I doubt it. Our doubts are traitors, and make us lose the good we often might win by fearing to attempt it. Go to Lord Angelo, and make him learn that when maidens beg, men give like gods, but when they weep and kneel, all their petitions are granted as freely as if the men already owed them. I will see what I can do. But do it quickly. I will set about it at once, staying only long enough to give the mother notice of my business. I humbly thank you. Commend me to my brother. Later tonight I will send him definite word of my success. I take my leave of you. Good sir, farewell. They leave. Angelo, Escalus, servants, and the justice enter a hall in Angelo's house. We must not turn the law into a scarecrow, setting it up to frighten birds of prey, then leaving it unchanged so long that habit makes it their perch instead of their terror. Yes, but still, let us be sharp in judgment and cut a little rather than strike so hard that we bruise a man to death. Alas, this gentleman, whom I would save, had a most noble father. Let your honor, whom I believe to be very strict in virtue, consider this. If in the working of your own desires time had matched opportunity, or opportunity had matched your wishing, or if the determined heat of your blood could have achieved what your will intended, would you not, at some point in your life, have sinned in the very matter for which you now condemn him, and brought the law down on yourself? It is one thing to be tempted, Escalus, and another thing to fall. I do not deny that a jury judging a prisoner's life may have among its sworn 12 a thief or two guiltier than the man they try. But whatever is brought openly before justice, justice takes hold of. What does the law know about thieves passing judgment on thieves? It is plain enough. If we find a jewel, we stoop and pick it up because we see it, but what we do not see we tread on and never think of it. You must not lessen his offense by saying I might have committed the same faults. Rather, tell me this: when I, who condemn him, commit the same offense, let my own judgment become the pattern for my death, and let no partiality enter. Sir, he must die. The provost enters. Let it be as your wisdom decides. Where is the provost? Here, if it pleases your honor. See that Claudio is executed by 9 tomorrow morning. Bring him his confessor, and let him be prepared, for that is the end of his earthly journey. The provost exits. Well, heaven forgive him, and forgive us all. Some rise through sin, and some fall through virtue. Some run through thorny thickets of vice and answer for nothing, while others are condemned for one fault alone. Elbow and officers enter with Froth and Pompey. Come, bring them along. If these are good people in a commonwealth, who do nothing but practice their abuses in public houses, then I know no law. Bring them along. Now then, sir, what is your name? And what is the matter? If it please your honor, I am the poor duke's constable, and my name is Elbow. I lean upon justice, sir, and I bring here before your good honor 2 notorious benefactors. Benefactors? Well, what benefactors are they? Do you not mean malefactors? If it please your honor, I do not rightly know what they are, but I am sure they are precise villains, and completely empty of all profanation that good Christians ought to have. This comes out well. Here is a wise officer. Go on. What sort of men are they? Elbow is your name? Why do you not speak, Elbow? He cannot, sir. He is out at Elbow. What are you, sir? He, sir? A tapster, sir, part bought, one who serves a bad woman. Her house, sir, was, as they say, pulled down in the suburbs, and now she keeps a hot house, which I think is a very bad house too. How do you know that? My wife, sir, whom I detest before heaven and your honor. What? Your wife? Yes, sir, whom I think heaven is an honest woman. Do you detest her for that? I say, sir, I will detest myself also, as well as her, that this house, if it is not a Bawd's house, then it is a pity for her life, because it is a wicked house. How do you know that, constable? Why, sir, by my wife, who, if she had been a woman carnally inclined, might have been accused there of fornication, adultery, and every uncleanness. By the woman's means? Yes, sir, by Mistress Overdone's means, but as she spat in his face, so she defied him. Sir, if it please your honor, this is not so. Prove it before these servants here, you honorable man, prove it. Do you hear how he mixes up his words? Sir, she came in very pregnant, and craving, saving your honor's reverence, stewed prunes. Sir, we had only 2 in the house, which at that very distant time stood, as it were, in a fruit dish, a dish worth about 3d. Your honors have seen such dishes. They are not china dishes, but very good dishes. Come, come. The dish does not matter, sir. No, indeed, sir, not the value of a pin. You are right there. But to the point. As I say, this mistress Elbow being, as I say, with child, and being great, bellad, and craving, as I said, prunes, and having only 2 in the dish, as I said, Master Froth here, this very man having eaten the rest, as I said, and as I say, paying for them very honestly, for, as you know, Master Froth, I could not give you 3 change. No, indeed. Very well. You were then, if you remember, cracking the stones of the said prunes. Yes, so I did indeed. Why, very well. I was then telling you, if you remember, that such a one and such a one were past curing of the disease you know of, unless they kept a very good diet, as I told you. All this is true. Why, very well then. Come, you are a tedious fool. Get to the purpose. What was done to Elbow's wife that gives him cause to complain? Bring me to what was done to her. Sir, your honor cannot come to that yet. No, sir, and I do not mean to. Sir, but you shall come to it with your honor's permission. And I beg you, look into Master Froth here, sir, a man with 80 pounds a year, whose father died at Hullamas. Was it not at Hullamas, Master Froth? All, Holland Eve. Why, very well. I hope these are truths. He's, sir, sitting, as I say, in a lower chair, sir. It was in the bunch of grapes, where, indeed, you like to sit, do you not? I do, because it is an open room, and good for winter. Why, very well then. I hope these are truths. This will last through a night in Russia, when nights are long this there. I will take my leave, and leave you to hear the case, hoping you will find good reason to whip them all. I think no less. Good morning to your lordship. Angelo exits. Now, sir, come on. Once more, what was done to Elbow's wife? Once, sir? Nothing was done to her once. I beg you, sir, ask him what this man did to my wife. I beg your honor, ask me. Well, sir, what did this gentleman do to her? I beg you, sir, look at this gentleman's face. Good Master Froth, look upon his honor. It is for a good purpose. Does your honor notice his face? Yes, sir, very well. No, I beg you, notice it well. Well, I do. Does your honor see any harm in his face? Why, no. I will swear on a book that his face is the worst thing about him. Good then, if his face is the worst thing about him, how could Master Froth do the constable's wife any harm? I would like to know that from your honor. He is right. Constable, what do you say to that? First, if it please you, the house is a respected house. Next, this is a respected fellow, and his mistress is a respected woman. By this hand, sir, his wife is a more respected person than any of us all. Rogue, you lie, wicked rogue. The time has not yet come when she was ever respected by man, woman, or child. Sir, she was respected by him before he married her. Which is wiser here, justice or iniquity? Is this true? Oh, you wretch! Oh, you rogue! Oh, you wicked Hannibal! I respected her before I was married to her. If ever I was respected with her, or she with me, do not let your worship think me the poor duke's officer. Prove this, you wicked Hannibal, or I will bring an action of battery against you. If he struck you on the ear, you might bring an action of slander too. Well, I thank your good worship for that. What does your worship want me to do with this wicked criminal? Honestly, officer, since he has some offences in him that you would uncover if you could, let him go on in his usual ways until you know what they are. Well, I thank your worship for that. You see now, you wicked scoundrel, what has come upon you. You are to continue now, you scoundrel. You are to continue. Escalus turns to Froth. Where were you born, friend? Here in Vienna, sir. Do you have an income of 80 pounds a year? Yes, if it please you, sir. Good. Now you, sir. What is your trade? A tapster, sir. A poor widow's tapster. Your mistress's name? Mistress Overdone. Has she had more than one husband? 9, sir, overdone by the last. 9? Come here to me, Master Froth. Master Froth, I would not have you keep company with tapsters. They will draw you in, Master Froth, and you will hang them. Go, and let me hear no more of you. I thank your worship. For my own part, I never come into any room in a taff-house without being drawn in. Well, no more of that, Master Froth. Farewell. Froth exits. Come here to me, Master Tapster. What is your name, Master Tapster? Pompey. What else? Bum, sir. Truly, your bum is the largest thing about you, so in the most brutish sense, you are Pompey the Great. Pompey, you are partly a pimp, whatever color you put on it by calling yourself a tapster, are you not? Come, tell me the truth, it will be better for you. Truly, sir, I am a poor fellow who wants to live. How would you live, Pompey? By being a pimp? What do you think of the trade, Pompey? Is it a lawful trade? If the law would allow it, sir. But the law will not allow it, Pompey, and it shall not be allowed in Vienna. Does your worship mean to castrate and spay all the young people of the city? No, Pompey. Truly, sir, in my poor opinion, they will be at it then. If your worship deals with the whores and the rogues, you need not fear the pimps. There are some fine orders beginning, I can tell you. It is nothing but beheading and hanging. If you behead and hang everyone who offends that way for only 10 years together, you will be glad to issue a commission for more heads. If this law holds in Vienna for 10 years, I will rent the finest house in it for 3d a room. If you live to see this happen, say Pompey told you so. Thank you, good Pompey. And in return for your prophecy, listen to me. I advise you, do not let me find you before me again on any complaint whatsoever, no, not even for living where you do. If I do, Pompey, I shall beat you back to your tent and prove a sharp Caesar to you. To speak plainly, Pompey, I shall have you whipped. So for this time, Pompey, farewell. I thank your worship for your good counsel, but I shall follow it only as my flesh and fortune decide better. Whip me. No, no, let a carter whip his worn-out horse. A valiant heart is not whipped out of his trade. Pompey exits. Come here to me, Master Elbow. Come here, Master Constable. How long have you held this office of Constable? 7 years and a half, sir. I thought from your readiness in the office that you had been in it some time. You say 7 years together? And a half, sir? Alas, that has been great trouble for you. They do you wrong to put you to it so often. Are there not men in your ward fit enough to serve? Faith, sir, few with any sense in such matters. When they are chosen, they are glad to choose me in their place. I do it for a little money, and I carry the whole thing through. See that you bring me the names of 6 or 7 of the most capable men in your parish. To your worship's house, sir? To my house. Farewell. Elbow exits. What time do you think it is? 11, sir. Please come home to dinner with me. I humbly thank you. I grieve over Claudio's death, but there is no remedy. Lord Angelo is severe. It is only necessary. Mercy is not truly mercy when it often only looks like mercy. Pardon is still the nurse of a second sorrow. And yet, poor Claudio, there is no remedy. Come, sir. They exit. Provost enters with a servant. He is hearing a case. He will come at once. I will tell him you are here. Please do. The servant exits. I will learn what he wants done. Perhaps he will soften. Alas, Claudio has only offended as if in a dream. Every sect, every age, has some taste of this vice, and he must die for it. Angelo enters. Now what is the matter, Provost? Is it your will that Claudio shall die tomorrow? Did I not tell you yes? Were you not given orders? Why do you ask again? So that I might not act too rashly. With your good pardon, I have seen times when, after an execution, judgment has regretted its sentence. Enough. Let that be my concern. Do your office or give up your place, and you will easily be replaced. I beg your honor's pardon. What shall be done, sir, with the groaning Juliet? She is very near her time. Move her to some more suitable place, and do it quickly. The servant enters. The sister of the condemned man is here and asks to speak with you. Has he a sister? Yes, my good lord, a very virtuous young woman, and soon to enter a sisterhood, if she has not already done so. Well, let her be admitted. The servant exits. See that the fornicator woman is removed. Let her have what is necessary, but nothing excessive. Orders will be given for it. Lucio and Isabella enter. Provost offers to withdraw. Bless your honor. Stay a little while. You are welcome. What do you want? I come in sorrow to beg a favor from your honor, if your honor will only hear me. Well, what is your request? There is a vice I hate most deeply, and most wish would meet the blow of justice. I would not plead for it, except that I must, and I must not plead for it, except that I am torn between wanting to speak and not wanting to speak. Well, what is the matter? I have a brother who is condemned to die. I beg you, let his fault die and not my brother. Heaven give you power to move him. Condemn the fault and not the man who did it. Every fault is condemned before it is committed. My office would be nothing at all if I found the crimes whose penalties stand written in the record, and then let the offender go. Oh, just but severe law. Then I had a brother. Heaven protect your honor. She starts to go. Do not give up like that. Go back to him, beg him. Kneel before him, hold on to his gown. You are too cold. If you needed a pin, you could not ask for it with a more tame voice. Go to him, I say. Must he necessarily die? Maiden, there is no remedy. Yes, I think you could pardon him, and neither heaven nor any person would grieve at the mercy. I will not do it. But could you if you wanted to? Understand this, what I will not do, I cannot do. But might you do it without wronging the world, if your heart were touched with the same pity for him that mine is? He has been sentenced. It is too late. You are too cold. Too late? Why no. I who speak a word may call it back again. Believe this, no ceremony belonging to great people, not the king's crown, nor the deputy's sword, nor the marshal's staff, nor the judge's robe, becomes them with half so much grace as mercy does. If he had been in your place, and you in his, you would have slipped as he did, but he in your place would not have been so stern. Please be gone. I wish to heaven I had your power, and you were Isabel. Would it be like this then? No. I would tell you what it means to be a judge, and what it means to be a prisoner. Yes, touch him there, that is the vein. Your brother is forfeit to the law, and you only waste your words. Alas, alas. Why, all the souls that ever lived were forfeit once, and he who could best have taken advantage of that found the remedy. How would you stand if he, who is the height of judgment, judged you only as you are? Oh, think on that, and then mercy will breathe from your lips like a person newly made. Be satisfied, fair maid. It is the law, not I, that condemns your brother. If he were my kinsman, my brother, or my son, it would be the same with him. He must die tomorrow. Tomorrow? Oh, that is sudden. Spare him, spare him! He is not prepared for death. Even for our kitchens we kill fowl in the proper season. Shall we serve heaven with less care than we show our own gross appetites? Good my lord, think again. Who has died for this offense? Many have committed it. Yes, well said. The law has not been dead, though it has slept. Those many would not have dared to do that evil if the first man who broke the edict had answered for his deed. Now the law is awake. It takes note of what is done, and, like a prophet, looks into a glass that shows what future evils, either already born or newly conceived by slackness, and therefore growing toward birth, must have no further steps of life, but must end where they now live. It shows some pity. I show the greatest pity when I show justice, for then I pity those I do not know, whom a pardoned offense would later wound, and I do right to the offender, who, by answering for one foul wrong, does not live to commit another. Be satisfied. Your brother dies tomorrow. Be content. Then you must be the first who gives the sentence and suffers by it. Oh, it is excellent to have a giant's strength, but tyrannous to use it like a giant. That is well said. If great men could thunder as Jove himself does, Jove would never be quiet, because every petty little officer would use heaven only for thunder, nothing but thunder. Merciful heaven, you split the hard, knotted oak with your sharp, sulphurous bolt rather than the soft myrtle. A proud man, dressed in a little brief authority, most ignorant of the thing he feels most sure of, his fragile essence, plays such wild tricks before high heaven like an angry ape that the angels weep, and if they shared our spleen, they would all laugh themselves mortal. Oh, press him, girl! He will relent. I can see it. May heaven grant that you win him. We cannot weigh our brother against ourselves. Great men may joke about saints. In them it is called wit, but in lesser people it is foul profanity. You are on the right track, girl. More of that. The same thing that is only a hot, tempered word in a captain is plain blasphemy in a soldier. Do you see that? More of it. Why do you aim these sayings at me? Because authority, though it errs like everyone else, has a kind of medicine in itself that skins over the vice on the surface. Go to your own heart, knock there, and ask what it knows that is like my brother's fault. If it confesses a natural guilt such as his, then let your tongue not sound one thought against my brother's life. She speaks, and what she says makes such sense that my own senses are stirred by it. Farewell. Angelo starts to go. Gentle my lord, turn back. I will think about it. Come again tomorrow. Listen how I will bribe you. Good my lord, turn back. What? Bribe me? Yes, with such gifts that heaven shall share with you. You would have spoiled everything else. Not with foolish coins of tested gold, or stones whose worth is high or low only because fancy prices them, but with true prayers, which will rise to heaven and enter there before sunrise. Prayers from preserved souls, from fasting maids whose minds are dedicated to nothing worldly. Well, come to me tomorrow. Good, that is well. Away. Heaven keep your honor safe. Amen. For I am going toward temptation, where prayers cross my path. At what hour tomorrow shall I attend your lordship? Any time before noon. Bless your honor. Isabella, Lucio, and Provost exit. From you, even from your virtue. What is this? What is this? Is it her fault or mine? The tempter or the tempted, who sins most? Not she. She does not tempt. It is I who, lying beside the violet in the sun, behave like carrion, not like the flower, and rot in a virtuous season. Can modesty betray our senses more than a woman's looseness? Having enough wasteland, shall we desire to tear down the sanctuary and set up our evils there? Oh, shame, shame, shame! What are you doing, or what are you, Angelo? Do you desire her foully because of the very things that make her good? Oh, let her brother live. Thieves have authority for their robbery when judges steal from themselves. What do I love her, because I want to hear her speak again and feast on her eyes? What am I dreaming of? O cunning enemy, who baits your hook with saints to catch a saint. Most dangerous is the temptation that drives us toward sin through love of virtue. Never could a prostitute, with all her double force of skill and nature, once disturb my temper, but this virtuous maid conquers me completely. Until now, whenever men were foolish in love, I smiled and wondered how. Angelo exits. A room in a prison. The Duke enters disguised as a friar with the provost. Peace be with you. You are the provost, I believe. I am the provost. What do you want, good friar? Bound by Christian charity, and by my holy order, I have come to visit the suffering souls here in the prison. Grant me the ordinary courtesy of letting me see them, and tell me the nature of their crimes, so I may minister to each of them as they need. I would do more than that, if more were needed. Juliet enters. Look, here comes one of my prisoners, a gentlewoman who, through the missteps of her own youth, has damaged her reputation. She is pregnant, and the man who got her with child has been sentenced, a young man more fit to commit another such offense than to die for this one. When must he die? As I understand it, tomorrow. To Juliet. I have made arrangements for you. Stay a while, and someone will escort you. Do you repent, fair one, of the sin you carry? I do, and I bear the shame very patiently. I will teach you how to examine your conscience and test your repentance, to see whether it is true or only put on for show. I will gladly learn. Do you love the man who wronged you? Yes, as much as I love the woman who wronged him. Then it seems your sinful act was committed by both of you together? Together. Then your sin was of a heavier kind than his. I confess it and repent it, father. That is right, daughter. But take care that you do not repent only because the sin has brought you to this shame. That kind of sorrow is always aimed at ourselves, not heaven. It shows that we would not spare heaven because we love it, but only because we stand in fear. I repent because it is evil, and I accept the shame gladly. Then rest there. Your partner, as I hear, must die tomorrow, and I am going to instruct him. Grace go with you. Bless you. The Duke exits. Must die tomorrow? A harmful love that lets me live a little longer, when the very comfort of that life is still a dying horror. It is a pity about him. They exit. A room in Angelo's house. Angelo enters. When I try to pray and think, my thoughts and prayers go in different directions. Heaven gets my empty words, while my imagination, not listening to what my tongue says, fixes itself on Isabella. Heaven is in my mouth, as if I were only chewing on God's name, while in my heart there grows the strong, swelling evil I have imagined. The matters of state I had studied have become, like a good book read too often, dry and tedious. Even my seriousness, which, let no man hear me say it, I take pride in, I would gladly trade, if it would help me, for a frivolous feather beaten uselessly by the air. O office, O outward form, how often you use your case, your clothing, to wring off from fools and bind wiser souls to your false appearance. Blood, you are only blood. Right good angel on the devil's horn, that does not make it the devil's crest. Someone knocks within. What now? Who is there? A servant enters. When Isabella, a sister, asks to see you. Show her the way. The servant exits. O heavens, why does my blood rush together like this to my heart, making the heart itself unable to do its own work and robbing all my other parts of their necessary power? So foolish crowds behave around a man who has fainted. They all come to help him, and by crowding around, they block the air that should revive him. So too the people around a beloved king leave their own duties, and in eager devotion, crowd into his presence, where their untaught love must turn into offense. Isabella enters. Well now, fair maid? I have come to learn your decision. If you already knew it, that would please me much better than having you ask what it is. Your brother cannot live. Then so it is. Heaven preserve your honor. And yet he may live a while. Perhaps as long as you or I. Still he must die. Under your sentence? Yes. When I beg you, so that, whether his reprieve is longer or shorter, he may prepare himself, and not let his soul fall sick. Ha! Shame on these filthy vices. It would be as good to pardon a man who has stolen from nature a man already made as to forgive those bold pleasures that coin heaven's image in forbidden molds. It is just as easy a crime to take away a true-made life falsely as it is to put metal into unlawful tools to make a false one. That may be written so in heaven, but not on earth. Do you say so? Then I will test you quickly. Which would you rather, that the most just law now take your brother's life, or to redeem him, give up your body to the same sweet uncleanness as the woman he has stained? Sir, believe this, I would rather give my body than my soul. I am not speaking of your soul. Sins forced upon us count more by number than by guilt. What do you mean? No, I will not stand behind that, because I can argue against what I just said. Answer this, I, now speaking with the authority of the written law, pronounce a sentence against your brother's life. Could there not be charity in a sin, if it saved this brother's life? If it please you to do it, I will take any danger to my soul. It is no sin at all, it is charity. If it please you to do it at the risk of your soul, then sin and charity would balance evenly. If begging for his life is a sin, may heaven let me bear it. If granting my request is a sin, I will make it my morning prayer that it be added to my faults, with none of your answer counted against you. No, hear me. Your understanding does not follow mine. Either you are ignorant or you pretend to be out of craft, and that is not good. Let me be ignorant, then, and good for nothing except graciously, knowing that I am no better. That is how wisdom tries to look brightest, by accusing itself, just as black masks proclaim the protected beauty beneath them 10 times louder than beauty could, if it were openly displayed. But listen to me. To be understood plainly, I will speak more bluntly. Your brother is to die. Yes. And his offense is such that, as it stands, the law requires that punishment. True. Suppose there were no other way to save his life, though I do not say that there is such a way, or any way, but for the sake of argument, suppose you, his sister, found yourself desired by some person whose influence with the judge, or whose own high office, could pull your brother free from the chains of the all-binding law. Suppose there were no earthly means to save him except that you either had to surrender the treasures of your body to this imagined person, or else let your brother suffer. What would you do? As much for my poor brother as I would for myself. That is, if I were the one condemned to die, I would wear the marks of sharp whips like rubies, and strip myself for death as eagerly as for a bed I had longed for in sickness, before I would give my body up to shame. Then your brother must die. And that would be the cheaper way. Better that a brother die once than that a sister, by redeeming him, should die forever. Then are you not as cruel as the sentence you have slandered so much? Dishonor paid as ransom and a free pardon are from two different houses. Lawful mercy is no kin to foul redemption. A little while ago you seemed to make the law a tyrant, and you made your brother slipping more like a small amusement than a vice. Oh, pardon me, my lord. It often happens that, to gain what we want, we do not speak exactly what we mean. I partly excuse the thing I hate for the advantage of someone I dearly love. We are all frail. Then let my brother die, unless everyone else is a tenant and heir to weakness, and he alone owes and inherits it. No, women are frail too. Yes, as frail as the mirrors in which they look at themselves, which break as easily as they reflect forms. Women, help heaven. Men ruin their creation by taking advantage of them. No, call us 10 times frail, for we are as soft as our complexions, and easily taken in by false impressions. I accept that. And from this testimony about your own sex, since I suppose we are made no stronger than bodies that faults can shake, let me be bold. I seize upon your words. Be what you are, a woman. If you are more than that, you are nothing. If you are one, as all outward signs clearly show, then show it now by putting on the clothing destined for your sex. I have only one tongue. Gentle my lord, please speak in the earlier language. Understand me plainly. I love you. My brother loved Juliet, and you tell me he must die for it. He shall not, Isabel, if you give me love. I know your virtue has a license in it, one that seems a little fouler than it is, to draw others out and test them. Believe me, on my honor, my words express my purpose. Ha! Little honor to be much believed, and a most destructive purpose. Appearance. I will expose you, Angelo, expect it. Sign a pardon for my brother at once, or I will stretch my throat wide and tell the world aloud what kind of man you are. Who will believe you, Isabel? My unstained name, the strictness of my life, my denial against your accusation, and my place in the state will outweigh your charge so much that you will choke on your own report and smell of slander. I have begun, and now I give my sensual desire the reins. Fit your consent to my sharp appetite. Put aside all delicate scruples and overlong blushes that drive away the thing they ask for. Redeem your brother by yielding your body to my will, or else he must not only die the death, but your unkindness will draw that death out into lingering suffering. Answer me tomorrow, or by the passion that now guides me most, I will prove a tyrant to him. As for you, say what you can. My falsehood will outweigh your truth. Angelo exits. To whom should I complain? If I told this, who would believe me? O dangerous mouths, that carry in themselves one and the same tongue for either condemnation or approval, making the law bow to their will, hooking both right and wrong to appetite so they follow wherever it pulls. I will go to my brother. Though he has fallen because his blood urged him on, he still has such a mind of honor that, if he had 20 heads to lay down on 20 bloody blocks, he would give them all up before his sister should stoop her body to such hated pollution. Then, Isabel, live chaste, and brother die. Our chastity is worth more than our brother. Still, I will tell him of Angelo's request, and prepare his mind for death, for the peace of his soul. Isabella exits.
And there we pause on the knife's edge. Angelo has spoken the unspeakable. Isabella's brother shall live only if she will give her body to the very judge who condemned him. She has refused, and sworn to cry his shame aloud to the world, and he coldly has answered that her word against his great name will be believed by no one. The man who would not bend the law a hair to save a life now bends himself wholly to break it. Next time, in part 2, a brother's terror, a sister's fury, a friar's secret plan, and a trick played in the dark to catch a corrupt judge in his own snare. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.